In this video, we are going to see how to email OneDrive files after successful Stripe payments. So every time a payment has been made through Stripe, which is a payment gateway, let's say for a particular course. So the moment the payment has been made, what do you want? That there is a file in your OneDrive and you want that file, the link of that file to be shared with the person who has just made the payment through Gmail. How can that be done? For this, you will have to integrate these two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here, your trigger application will be Stripe and your action application will be Gmail. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. So to begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. Now on the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So since I'm an existing user here, I'm simply going to click on sign in. If you're a new user, click on this tab sign up. It is not going to take more than 2 minutes. And now we have reached all applications page. These are the various products of Pabbly. I'm going to click on access now for Pabbly Connect as we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software. Now here we have reached the dashboard. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this. A dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here, what is my objective? So every time through Stripe payment links, I make a successful payment, then I should receive a file, a course file or any other file through OneDrive, and it should be shared with me on my Gmail. So I'm going to name it as email OneDrive files after successful Stripe payments. Let's click on create. So as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Now triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now as per this integration, my trigger application here will be Stripe, which is a payment gateway, and the trigger event here would be new charge. Let's click on this. So this workflow is going to run every time there is a successful payment made through Stripe. Now here you can see we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect and Stripe. So I'm going to copy this. Once done, we have to follow the following help desk. So now I'm going to take you to Stripe and let's understand what we have to do to set up this connection. First of all, we have to go to developers. Here we'll see webhooks. Now we are going to create an endpoint. So I'm going to click on add endpoint. And now here I'm going to paste the URL that we have just received through Pabbly Connect. So if you wish to add some description, you can always do that. Now the version. So please always select the latest API version and then you have to select the events. So I'm going to go to charge and here I'm going to go for charge succeeded. So here you can see it has been mentioned that you have to choose charge succeeded from select events drop down. So once done, let's click on add events, add endpoint. So as soon as this is done, so our endpoint has been added. Now taking you back to Pabbly Connect, what is it saying? Now it is saying that do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So basically to check if Pabbly Connect and Stripe are properly integrated, we are going to do this test submission. So I'm going to take you back to Stripe. Let's go to payments, payment links. Now let's say that I am going to buy this particular course, PHP course for beginners for 8 weeks. So I'm going to copy this link here, open this in a new incognito tab, and here comes the payment page. So now let's fill in the details. First of all, the email address. Let's say the email address here is smartnew@pabblytuts.com, and then we have the mobile number. So this is the number. Now we have the card information. So let's say this is the card number and here we have the CVC. This is just a mock number. The name on the card is Smart New, and then we have the billing address. So here I have just mentioned India and the address is this. Okay. Now I'm going to click on subscribe. So as I do that, here we can see that we have received the message thanks for subscribing, which means our subscription is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect. So here we have received the response. So the type is charge succeeded. Then as I take you down, so here this is the receipt URL. Then again as we go down, So you can see that this here is the payment intent. So with which we can actually get all the information about the payment made. So this here is the customer ID. Here the description is subscription creation. Then this is the name of the person, email address, and then we have the address. Now here is the amount. So you can see it was 4,999, but here it is showing 4,99,900. Why? Because there's a little glitch with Stripe. It doesn't take decimal into consideration. So if you wish to send the amount also, so you can use a number formatter here where you can divide this entire term by 100 and then you will get the exact amount. So though I have received the information, I haven't received the information about the product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the same application again, which is Stripe. Let's click on this. And now the action event here would be, so I'm going to go down and here we are going to retrieve a payment intent. So retrieves the details of a payment intent that has previously been created. So the payment that we have just made, I'm going to get all the information about that. So I'm going to click on connect and go ahead with the existing connection by clicking on save. And now here I'm going to map the payment intent ID. So let's go to step 1 and here I'm going to write payment intent. So here you can see this is the payment intent. Now the method with which I have added the information here is known as mapping, and this is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written this value manually, then even when my workflow was running for the nth time, it would have taken this value only. So to avoid that, we go ahead with mapping. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request, and as I do that, here you can see that this is the amount, and then again as I take you down, so here we have the address, this here is the name of the person, then we have the descriptor, and then again as we go down, so here you can see that we have received the name of the course. So we have received all the information here. So what is next? Now I want to send a message along with the course link to the user only when he has applied for this particular course. So to make sure that the payment has been made for this particular course, I'm going to apply another action step over here, and this time I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly which is filter, so that it can filter out all the courses. For this I'm going to select the label. So I'm going to go to step 2 and here we are going to look for the name. So this you can see this is the PHP course for beginners, right? So I'm going to select this, and this should be equal to PHP course for beginners. So basically here I'm going to copy this and paste exactly the same thing over here as value. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request, and here you can see that the condition is true. Why? Because we have opted for the same course. Now once this is done, I'm going to add another action step here, and this time my application will be Gmail. Let's click on this, and the action event here would be to send email. Let's click on connect. Now here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Gmail account. I'm going to go ahead with connect with Gmail. Here we have to first select the account, and then we have to provide the access. This is absolutely secure. I have clicked on allow, and here you can see that the authorization has been successful. Now as I take you down, we are supposed to map the information. First of all, we have the recipient's email address. So I'm going to click on this, and as I go to step 1, and here as I click, so this here is the email address of the person. The next thing is sender's name. So let's say this is me. So I am Pabbly Connect and I am sending this mail. Then we have the email subject. So the email subject here would be PHP online course file shared. Next is reply to. Then we have email content type. So this is going to be plain. Now comes the email content. So first of all, I have written dear. Then I have mapped the name of the person. And then we have thank you for enrolling to our online course. The link of this course is attached with this mail. In case of any query, please feel free to connect. Regards, Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to enter the file name. For this, I'm going to go to step 2. And again, as I take you down, so here is the name. And then we have the attachment. So for this attachment, I'm going to take you to my OneDrive account. Now here, I'm going to go down and you can see online course files. So within this, we have the PHP course PDF. I'm going to click on this 3 dots, click on share. Now here you can see this is the name of our course, and here we have selected the option anyone with the link can edit. Now if you want to change this, I click on this. So here if you wish to go ahead with specific people, you have to mention them here. Now let's say that I want everyone with whom I'm sharing the file to be able to see this, but they should not be able to edit. They should only be able to view. So I have selected this and I'm going to click on apply. Now I'm going to copy this link. Okay, so we have copied this link. Going back to Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to paste this link. Now once done, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here we have received the message. So which basically means now a mail should be received by the user. So I'm going to take you to the email address of the user, and yes, here you can see we have received a message. So this basically means that our integration is a complete success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to Stripe and I'm going to copy this link once again, open this in a new incognito window. And I'm again going to fill in the details. So let's say the email address this time is new dummy 1234@pabblydudes.com. This here is the mobile number, and then we have the card information. Okay, now let's say the name on the card is new dummy. Okay, now we have the billing address. Everything has been filled. I'm going to click on subscribe. And here you can see that the subscription has been a success, which basically means that now a mail should be received by the person. So I'm going to take you back to the email address, go back to inbox, and yes, you can see that dear new dummy, and we have received the same message. So yes, our integration is a complete success. Going back to Pabbly Connect, let's quickly understand what we have done. So here the trigger application is Stripe, where the event is new charge. Then our first action application is again Stripe, where we had retrieved a payment intent, and then we had put a filter by Pabbly, which is a feature by Pabbly that helps you in filtering the responses. And here I have put in the filter in such a way that only for this particular course this workflow is going to run. Okay, now once this is done, so finally our final action application was Gmail, where we had the event sent email. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.